2 Peter chapter 2, verses 13 and 14. This is speaking about false teachers. And they will receive the wages of unrighteousness as those who count it pleasure to carouse in the daytime. They are spots and blemishes, carousing in their own deceptions while they feast with you, having eyes full of adultery, and that cannot cease from sin, enticing unstable souls. They have a heart trained in covetous practices and are accursed children. Right here in about the middle point of the 13th verse, it says that they cannot cease from sin and are enticing unstable souls. And I want to talk about what an unstable soul is. You know, an unstable soul is those who are caught in limbo, those who kind of think they believe in God. They kind of still just want to follow the world. They don't really know where they are in their walk with God. They kind of, they hear some things that sound true about the Bible, and they kind of go with it for a couple of days, and then, they get swept back into the world. These are the unstable souls. They're kind of in an up and down type of limbo, and these are the people that the false teachers go after. These are the people that are filling up the mega churches. These are the people that will have some kind of fear for the Lord, and they will see the events that are taking place in the world right now, and it'll kind of give them a fear, like, man, this really does sound like some end time stuff. All the diseases and the abundance of homosexuality and just anger against God, and people can kind of see it. And I think deep down we all kind of see, like, wow, this is really playing out, exactly like the Bible told us. And there's so many people that kind of feel this, and they feel like they can kind of, just dip one foot in and have one foot out. These are the unstable souls that the false teachers go after. And these mega churches, they never talk about sin. They never talk about you being a wrong person. They always, kind of, blow your head up like you're a good person and you got a blessing around the corner. It's always about, they'll use stuff like, David and Goliath. You're about to conquer that giant, and they always put you in the position of the hero, but they never put you in the seat of the victim. Of the villain. And that's what we really need to do. We really need to start looking at ourselves as the Goliath. We need to start looking at ourselves as the Judas that sold out Jesus, or Peter, not when Peter was doing all the miracles. We need to put ourselves in the place of Peter when he was denying Jesus 3 times. The unstable soul is the one that doesn't understand what the true gospel is. He doesn't understand his place as a sinner. He doesn't understand his place as being an enemy of God. And every time we sin, it is an attack. It is a slap in God's face. So in order to stabilize our soul and take in good and sound doctrine, we have to understand that we are sinners. If we never take this in, we will never begin to receive the help, and we'll never even understand true preaching or true gospel when it's being spoken. The true gospel is always going to point the finger towards you. It's not going to point the finger towards anybody else. It's not going to say that the problem is the devil, and the problem is your finances or your addiction. The problem is you. The problem is inside of you. The problem is inside of me. I'm a sinner. I have to realize that. And until I realize that, I will continue to deal with the problems that I'm going through. So, don't be blown in the wind by any doctrine that comes your way. If it's not pointing the finger at you, then it's not love. The love is letting you know that you need help from yourself. You need saving from yourself. And then we also need saving from the wrath of God, because the wrath of God is going to be poured out on all of those who haven't repented. If you haven't come to repentance and you haven't asked God to change you, then when Jesus comes back, his wrath is going to be on you. So we need saving from God. We have to pray to God to ask to save him, not from anything else in this world, not from Satan, but from him and from ourselves. Something to think about.
Do take good care of yourself.